I did find your work, which is absolutely gorgeous. I found it is more, even though it's watercolor, it's more realistic than abstract. Is that a
Yeah,
fair assessment?
I would, yes, definitely. It's my own journey, artistic journey about finding that balance. Kind of like I have this I do small painting like this,
Uh-huh.
and they're all loose,
Right.
and
Okay.
they're not like completely abstract in a sense that I mean you can see it's a beach, it's
Right.
but it's not realist a very realistic painting, so to speak. So so I play around with that, the balance between the abstract and the realistic representation in the painting. And I mean, to be honest, I'm still learning and exploring and experimenting
Right.
uh, what it does. Yeah.
Right. And well, I'm personally not a big fan of abstract in general. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that doesn't resonate with me as much as more
Right.
realistic. Like all the paintings behind you, you've got Balanced Rock over there, Garden of the Gods, you've got Pikes Peak,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they, when you look at it, you absolutely know right away what it is. And they're
Yeah.
beautiful and they're they're watercolor, so they're not going to be hyper realistic.
Hmm.
They're artsy, but I could tell right away, and that's what draws me to your
Hmm.
paintings in
Thank
general.
you. Yeah, and I also love the fact that like I pick places, like the iconic watercolor, I mean the Colorado Springs, people will immediately recognize, oh, this is, and and it's a memory. Each person had different memories about those
Yes,
places.
yes,
Um, I have friends who bought a print from me because, oh, this is where I got engaged. At the
right, right,
Seven Bridges, that's where she got engaged. So like, so the art and the painting also hold a very special memories for some people. Or like, I hike up like incline,
right,
I this is memorable. This is like a kind of a mark of my achievement that
right.
I climb all the way up to inclines. So it's also like, so I guess the personal story kind of complete the art, the painting. Each person has their own piece that they can add to that
Yeah,
places and
yeah,
and the painting that I create. So yeah.
yeah. I love that. So I also love the story of you reviving your decades old paints.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
can you take us back to that moment when you thought of that, opened them up? What did it feel like to open them and start creating again after so long?
Yeah, I literally those so I learn watercolor when I was, I don't know, like teenage years, which is a long time ago. And I literally have those tube. I moved it with me to India. I had that for over 30 years. And so when I became a mom, I kind of stopped architectural practice, just want to focus, stay at home, and also moving to America. It's a big transition for me,
Yeah.
and for my kids too. They were born in India,
Oh,
so
okay.
this is their. Although father, my husband is American, but
Right.
it's new. So I feel like I want to, if I can, just spend more time at home and then, so I have that mental space. I mean, it's busy, but however, like, not like I have the kind of the space to think about, oh, what about doing something different because of that break? And so I just like, and they're all hard, the tube, the pigment all dried out, and I just put it in a mason jar and I just lay it all out, put the pieces in different jars and the glass. in those glass mason jar. It was beautiful, and it was like exciting, but it's also scary. What am I thinking? Do I want to be honest? Really?
Right.
So it's definitely, but that act, of course, I've been thinking about it for a long, long time.
Right.
But that act of actually pulling those pigment in the jar is kind of like, okay, it's a commitment. I'm gonna do it. It's anyway, so it's still, in fact, I still have that. So I just like put it in the little jar,
Oh my goodness, I
the
love
label, the color,
it.
and it's like this is yeah. So yeah,
So what do you take with you? Because I've seen some little videos of you when you were out hiking or camping and doing the watercolors. So do you have a little travel case?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's somewhere. It's just like those typical travel, small, uh, with the pen
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
And the
With
little dots and it comes in
yeah,
a little
yeah,
case. Yeah.
yeah. It's like kind of behind. I will have to. Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah.
get in right now,
That's
but
okay. But I love
yeah,
the original kind of nostalgia. These are the paints I started with. You put it
yeah,
away, and life has a way of taking you places that you didn't even know you were going to go.
mhm,
And sometimes our passions and our dreams, even though you did follow yours in a different way, sometimes from our childhood and things that we loved, we put away. And then later on, it surprisingly comes back out. And then I love that you were able to do something with it. Bring back that younger Ivy and the childlike wonder in the world by using your watercolors and bringing those paints back. I love that.
yeah, yeah.
If
Thank you.
that's a good depiction.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, yeah. It is sometimes hard to kind of see your own story.
Yes.
And so like hearing you kind of telling me back, it was very encouraging and made me very thankful and grateful.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's kind of my perspective, and I always love that because life has a way of tugging at us and kind of taking us, we start getting into that adulthood and all of the responsibilities and everything. And sometimes it's always good to go back to that childlike wonder, that that thought process of anything's possible. And I think, in my mind at least, that's kind of where the watercolors were taking you. And that's a beautiful way to live life in general. And then you get to share it with others.
Right.
So, your mission is to bring nature into people's homes. So, when someone connects with one of your paintings, what do you hope it adds to their daily life?
Wow, like yes. I mean most of us do not live in the up in the mountain in a cabin in the. I mean we may go there for like a short period of time, but I think we all, especially I mean I myself and included, we all enjoy the nature, but where we are now, most people are not really, you know, living in a complete wilderness, so to speak.
Right,
And but I know that and I myself I love those places and the scenery and so like I think I really want and hope that the painting will bring that memory, the delight, the just the nature, the piece of that into the home and um, remind ourselves that we are in most of the time we're in the man-made space.
right,
I'm sitting in a man-made structure and
right.
space. Although you have a beautiful background of God of gods, and um, so it's a similar idea about we we're part of a bigger space, the nature, and it's full of wonder and beauty. And I would really hope to remind people and that there's beauty out there. Just look out, look up. And for some people, you look up, the Pikes Peak is just right there.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And then maybe if they are stuck in their little cubicle or their little structure, then at least one of your paintings could bring them the beauty of outside, and if nothing else, they could just imagine.
Right. And yeah, and the calendar, I make those calendar. I turn my art into calendars. Also like also the idea of like uh kind of along what you're saying that in a very static space, nature change every day, every season. We're in
Right.
the fall now, like colors are changing and it's beautiful. And summer and springs are different, and winter is definitely different. You know,
Yeah.
beautiful in their own ways. And so the my calendars also kind of try to remember like their seasons, whether it's good or bad, it will pass. It's a cycle. We're in this cycle, and just um, back to what I said, life is very short, and just enjoy, appreciate the moment that we have now, and be thankful for, the different seasons. As simple as that. And
Right. Well,
so, like,
the different seasons are both outside weather and also our internal
exactly.
feelings. And,
Yeah.
if we think about it as the seasons outside, whatever we're going through, it just becomes the seasons in our lives, and know that it's a cycle and it will change.
Yeah.